E voltei. É. Agora dá um jeito de conseguir o martelo.
Brothel? Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights?
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real Whoa. Slow down, sweetie. Take a deep breath for me, yeah?
Mas eu vou fazer primeiro as missões dos cristais. Que na real, não acho que ainda tô forte o suficiente pra entrar naquele lugar lá, não. Você é louco?
Got a person with you.
Rationing. We can't
They enjoyed it.
chance.
If it'll make you feel better, then fine. 15 low cities.
Doesn't make any sense.
It will when you bet the drought.
The Absolute's armies lay siege. They won't care about
Seems like a
list.
To pleasure whatever we need, we can get in Worm's Crossing. Yours in pure ecstasy. Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights? Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for? If you're hungry...
No passage this way, I'm afraid. Turn back.
Brincadeira. Que essa jornalista, além de ser nível 12, também tem resistência lendária de controle de multidão. Eu acho que eu sei quem essa daqui é, na real. Só um minutinho. Para de olhar pra mim, eu sei o que você quer. Ataque de oportunidade, evasão. Na real, acho que bugou. Ai, ai.
That watcher sent him flying. Must have been 10 legs. I can't believe you tried to climb up one, you madman.
Tava escrito lá pra pular, mas eu não tinha nada pra pular.
Almost painfully so. My body burns like the noonday sun.
And the
Na real, eu tava querendo ver o que ela tinha nos bolsos. Porque aquela é a Larian, certeza. Você acha que um daqueles personagens que fica dando panfletinho, que é jornalistazinho, sei lá, ia ter resistência lendária? Aham, claro. Vou acreditar muito que aquilo não é Larian. Só não bato naquela personagem lá pra ver se ela mesmo. Porque independente de ser ela ou não, eu aposto que todo mundo ia juntar em mim dizendo que eu que tava errado. Como se ela não fosse literalmente uma das escolhidas de um deus da morte. Faz muito sentido.
No passage this way, I'm afraid. Turn back. It's for your own good.
Tipo assim, ela tem nível 12, só pode ser a Ori. Quem que tem nível 12 além do Rafael e chefes importantes? Brincadeira, hein?
You're going to hire all the refugees. Just like that. Less than a month. Cleaning.
How many red caps are in a handful? It won't. Soon past
Querem apostar quanto que é ela? Tô indo lá. Tomara que ela esteja lá e não tenha sumido, né? Mas
Let that be the end of
na hora lá bugou. Meu personagem principal não tava conseguindo fazer nada. Aí ela, ó. Olha ela aí. Garanto que é a Ori.
Aren't you? I knew there was a story here. And there you are, the hero of the hour, walking right up to me. The name's Lens, reporter with the Baldurs Mouth Gazette. Care to do a quick interview? Let me stop you there. We'll need to be a bit more focused. Word counts, you know. How about I ask you a few questions and you just tell me the first thing that comes into your head? So, you've arrived at Baldur's Gate. What's brought you here at a time like this? Everybody needs a rest from time to time, even seasoned adventurers like yourself. I imagine you've a need to let off some steam after your recent adventures in the shadow-cursed lands. My sources tell me you recently vanquished the fearsome General Ketheric Thorm. How did you manage that? Defying the gods themselves. I had no idea. Taking out one of the Absolute's generals was no mean feat. You must feel confident for the battles ahead. The cult's threat is far from extinguished. What's your plan of attack? Perhaps it could inspire some like-minded citizens to help your cause. You must have some strategy in mind. Don't worry. I already have everything I need.
Falei.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. You think I can't sniff the secrets hidden in your pretty skull? What you seek, what you need. Gortash knows you are coming, knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's toying with me.
What does she want?
É. A próxima vez que eu achar um personagem suspeito e ele estiver meio longe de outras pessoas, eu já sei o que eu vou fazer. Talvez eu use aquela granadinha dos anões, né? Como que se eu fosse realmente precisar dela. Olha, o mapa ficou todo zoado ali em cima.
Must avoid that trap.
I'll do it. Try.
Nossa, tinha coisa boa ali, não era pouca não.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
Trap. Be cautious.
Trap. How
consider it.
Ah, não foi lá grande coisa.
My legs. I can't feel them. Tell the others. Let the boss know.
This man is not long for this world.
Guild. Wanted the cargo.
You hear the blood gurgle in his struggling lungs. His last ounce of strength is spent.
What's next?
Still alive, so that's progress.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us. A trap? Someone doesn't like visitors.
Recent kill. I can still see blood pulsing out of that headless stump.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldur? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us. but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. I couldn't say. But think about this. My father was Tadpole. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, he must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Oh, the girl has left. She left you a letter. Thou couldst read it. Or hast thou other business? This is the price of balance. Well counted. By doom and dusk I strike thy name from the archives. Rise.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good. She's circling. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. A shame of mine. Redoubled because I did not tell you everything sooner. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
But few know of his fate, I think. I had hoped to keep it that way. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this absolute, we received word of what we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists. We might have ended it there. Cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun. Dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. I'm not asking for promises. Just the chance. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find him. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself. Yes? There might be, but... it's not a path. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tale. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Then, greetings, Sir Tadpole. I was wondering where all the questions suddenly sprang from. Yes? There might be, but... let it wait until the city proper.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Queen Vlaakith. Skra!
You are Hasharlok, and still you speak my name.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Gestil Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hasharlok, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Return to the astral prison. Slay Orpheus the Pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Barta Vlaakith, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Your word is nothing! You are nothing! The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow, while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods. With this heat going, I can't spare the energy to think. I just want to enjoy whatever's left of this life of mine. Anyway, it could be worse. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, with who I'm meant to be with. How many people can say that?
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea, never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies. better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter?
Vlaakith has upended Lae'zel's whole existence. Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration. Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
How well you've come to know me. But in truth, she didn't take everything. I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm moored to a new regent, a new land, and new allies. Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists. And so, from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shma Salar Orpheus, Ma Stilna Forgin in Yeri. Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. We take the Orphic hammer from Raphael's lair. Orpheus Tafki Nazin. This hammer, could it be? Yet this is the key Voss so ardently and courageously sought. That smug shkaketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear, our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again. The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus. Voss has done his duty. Now, we must find our way to the House of Hope and take the... When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use the hammer to break Orpheus free. Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart to Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was not so long ago.
I hope you're here to discuss that contract you just signed. Agreeing to give away our greatest hope of salvation wasn't the wisest of moves.
Ué, eu não assinei nádeas.
I'm glad to hear it. But you realize we can't just tell him we changed our minds. I promise you, whatever outcomes we're hoping for in this world-ending endeavor of ours, letting that no. What we should be pursuing is we should pay a visit to Sorcerer's Sundries. Their book collection is the envy of the Sword Coast. I'm certain the truth lurks somewhere on their shelves. Ha! Sorcerer's Son. Their collection of... You'll have to forgive.
Aí, ó. O mágico tá doidão.
How did you... Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his Netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash, fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketherick's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Indeed. Duke Stelmane, or as I knew her, Melin, when she was alive. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you. In life, she was my business partner. Back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Berlin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach. And not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people.
Isso não é bem um aperto de mão, mas ok.
The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
So, the devil himself is pursuing the crown. As for whether it's truly the crown Carter's forged, well, I think it's safe to assume we shouldn't take anything Raphael utters at face value. We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves, before anyone else does.
Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished.
I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer.
Certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation. If this is what the fates have offered to aid our cause, then who am I to refuse? I'll take your tadpole. Let's see what it has to offer.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlaakith. But all things considered, good for her. I suppose we didn't. Another life, perhaps.
Of course.
Nervous, perhaps? When we entered Worm's Crossing, it felt like it might be the beginning of the end. Whatever happens, I'm glad it's with you next to me.
Fine. What's on your mind?
No notes. Even if I could have made it this far without you. Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in...
What's on your mind? With pleasure.